Following Robert Whittaker's brutal knockout over Ikram Aliskerov this past Saturday, many fans have turned to Sean Strickland to fight Bobby Knuckles for the #1 contender spot. However, in a recent post to X, Strickland shut down the possibility of fighting Whittaker, stating that he's already beaten the current #1 contender, Israel Adesanya, and according to Strickland, everybody knows he beat the current champ, Dricus du Plessis.
Yeah, so those words, beat the current champ, Dricus du Plessis, just shouldn't exist because we all watched it. Yes, it was a very, very close fight, split decision short, but for him to think he could say he won the fight and that he deserves the rematch at that level, no.
That was his first defense, was it not?
You're not biased, no?
No. Me? Biased?
Tell us how you really feel, Yao.
Don't you fucking talk.
Look, in all honesty, I think he does deserve a rematch, a shot at the title, but it shouldn't necessarily stop him from taking up other fights. You don't want to be inactive for too long. And look, Dricus is looking to be active. He's looking to fight guys who are healthy. So it would help if he is healthy when Dricus, defends his title for the first time, Ola. But yeah, if that happens, I see him definitely facing Strickland in the next fight. There isn't really anyone else with a proper claim at middleweight right now. So yeah, definitely, I actually agree with his words where he says it was close enough that he should be next.
Look, I agree in that sense. I've always said, for me, I think Strickland should definitely be next. I've always maintained, even though Easy's my boy, that he didn't deserve the title shot based on title defenses. He didn't, he only just won the title back and then lost it. So really and truly, he don't really deserve a title shot in that respect. But again, then when you look at someone like Robert Whittaker, like since that loss to Dricus, he's on the path again. He's on that path where you can't dismiss him, even if they put him to be in line for the next title shot. You can't say no to Whittaker because he doesn't. These guys doesn't say no to no fight. You offer Whittaker a fight, he gets on with it, he gets his head down, and he goes about his business. So for me, the middleweight division is very interesting at this moment in time. Very, very interesting. All the at least the guys in the top 5, top 6, they've kind of all seen each other. We've seen the guys that have come up victorious in it. Yeah, the fight between Dricus and Easy is the one a lot of people want to see, especially this side of the continent. When I'm talking to when I'm referring to Africa here, everybody want to see that fight, and that's why that fight is a little bit more popular in terms of popular demand than a Strickland getting an immediate rematch. But on the whole, I don't mind Strickland waiting. I think he just, he literally just recently had a fight, and he said after that fight in the press conference that after that fight, I'm not fighting nobody. I'm waiting till the road's clear for the title. He's always maintained that. So trying to say, all right, do you want to see Robert Whittaker? It's like, bro, I told you after my fight the last time, I'm waiting for a title shot now. That's it. You know what I mean? So in that way, you can't really cost Strickland too much for wanting to wait for the title shot. I don't know what my game thinks.
On to what Yao was saying about like chilling and not fucking fighting for a while and not being active, mate. Sean Strickland's out there fighting every single fucking day. You think any of his sparring isn't an all-out war? You know what I mean? And you're being a bit silly. Like every single fucking thing, the time he's in that cage, no matter where it is, even if it was in his back garden, he's fucking fighting. You know what I mean? Even if he's fighting himself, like he's fighting. Like so. Yeah, let the man wait if he wants to wait. He's been active as fuck for a long ass time. He is deserving of the next fucking title shot as well. Like so. If he wants to chill on the sideline, see how things pan out and play out, then why not? Let him do it.
So does a win over Costa, does that qualify you as #1 contender?
Yes, in my opinion. Costa, listen, Costa's fought for the title before. We can't just not apply it in this case. We apply for all the other divisions. If you fought a former champion, right, especially another former champion, if you fought from a former number one contender or someone that fought for the title, usually it brings your name back into a title conversation, especially if you win. So for me, we can't then say, oh, because it's Strickland, we're not going to apply it in this case. Costas fought for the title before when he fought Easy. He even said to him, like, hey, bro, when I beat you up, I'm not gonna hump you like Easy did. He reminded him. You know what I mean? He reminded him. So like,
Polo lost before he lost to Strickland.
Say that again.
Costa lost to Whittaker before he lost to Strickland.
Yeah, but it's like ranked 8th. So personally, I don't really think the Costa fight matters too much. But obviously, he had a very.
I don't see how that solidifies the number one contender spot.
But that's the same for fucking Whittaker as well. Then, like, you beat Costa and then you just beat an unranked man, the prospect that they pushed forward and pushed up. Yeah, I get it, cool. But I would also say
make them fight for number one contender.
But Sean Strickland's already number one contender. He just had the fucking the championship fight with DDP, which was pretty fucking close, whichever way you scored it. Why not let him sit there and chill and see how this plays out with Adesanya? He beat Adesanya.
I'm not opposed to him sitting out, but all I'm saying is if Whittaker steps up and fights someone else again and wins, I can see how the UFC are going to skip him and go, you're not getting the title shot, you haven't fought.
Or you have to go against Whittaker, but then they wouldn't put Whittaker in another fight. So that's a good point.
I mean,
now, so I got a better question
to offer Whittaker another fight. Whittaker is a fighter that I personally don't think he would say what Strickland's saying in terms of, you know what, I'll just sit out and wait until another fight presents itself. I don't think Whittaker would do that. But I think Strickland, on the other hand, two things can be true. He's earned the right to say, look, I'm sitting this one out. And I know what you're saying about Costa being low down in the rankings, but he has fought for the title before. And we've seen situations where fighters pick somebody that's either fought for the title or been a champion to put them, if they get a win over them, to put them in title conversations. And that's what Strickland he's just done. He didn't even need to fight Costa, but he did anyways and won. Like, what else is people looking for? Like, for me, I do not mind Strickland sitting out waiting, because I think he has 2 rematches, in my opinion, with Dricus and with Izzy. And whichever one of them two, they still got to go and see Strickland. You know what I mean? Because Strickland at least still deserves a rematch anyways with Dricus, and Strickland be Izzy. So if, say, Izzy pulls up the win against Dricus, for example, Izzy still got to go and see Strickland because he lost to him. And if DDP wins against Izzy, he owes Strickland a rematch anyways because he won that title off of him and still ain't seen him, man.
So do you reckon?
I think Strickland is in the right space, and he needs to. Yeah, he's doing the right thing in terms of chilling out, waiting it out, let them to duke it out, and then see what's next for him. I don't think it's a wild thing to think. You know, I'm happy with Strickland sitting this one out.
I'm not opposed to it. So do you think, would you advocate for Whittaker to sit out and wait for a number one contender fight? Because I mean, who else is there for him to fight other than?
Yeah. Both of them been they've been active. I think
so Whittaker will be on the sidelines for 12 months, maybe 18 months.
Well, but that's why I prefixed it by saying Whittaker is not the type of man that will say I won't take that fight. Or he's always been on line him up, I'll knock him down till I get to the title. I don't care how many people I fight. That's been Whittaker's attitude, which we fuck with, right?
So speaking of that, had Chimaev turned up, the Whittaker that turned up, who do you think would have won that fight?
I've always picked Whittaker to win that fight anyways.
Me too, but I'm biased.
Yeah, this ain't even a case of bias. It's just what Whittaker's done in the division and the people he's fought and the wins he's had, the wars he's been in, the experience. Like, this brother is,
We'll circle back around to that later. We'll come back to
I don't think he gets the flowers that he deserves enough. He's a fantastic fighter, and you know, we've enjoyed many years of Bobby Knuckles' work, and long may he continue. I want to carry on seeing him prosper in the division, and let's wait around and see what's next for him.
How do you see it playing out? Yeah, do you think Strickland's going to fight Whittaker?
I'm with McDane and Ola. I don't think there's any point in seeing him do it because Izzy versus Dricus is confirmed. We know it's happening. We know when it's happening. Someone's going to have to fight Strickland shortly after that. Give it a few months. So I think your point is valid where you say he might sit out too long and someone else might become more relevant, or heck, he gets injured or something sparring. But I think he has deserved the right to then sit it out, take a bit of a break, talk crap, talk smack, make sure he's still in front of the media, making sure that he's relevant. I mean, Paulo Costa's kept relevant despite his recent record simply because he's still very popular on social media. So Strickland could do something similar to maintain his relevance through that period, making sure that as soon as either Dricus or Izzy are healthy after their fight, because that's going to be an absolute war, I think sitting it out just makes sense. I agree with Ola and McDane. It just makes sense.
Can I ask McDane a question here?
One second. Let me just throw this in as well. So who else? Like my fucking cat. I need to sort that out. It's bouncing all over the place doing it. One other thing that we're also talking about here is just Strickland and Whittaker. Why are we not throwing Brendan Allen into the mix? Should Strickland be fighting Brendan Allen again? Probably fucking not. But to put Whittaker up against Brendan Allen, he's on his way to a title shot.
That's a bad matchup. That's a bad matchup.
Yeah, I think he'll be sticky. But Brendan Allen is definitely on it here, and I think for the division, when you look at the division, he's gonna cause trouble in that top five. He's a scary motherfucker, Brendan Allen. I like him a lot, but he's
big for the division too.
Again, like I said, I was gonna ask you just now, McDane.
He's seventh. He's ranked 7th, Aussie.
What if Costa had beaten Strickland? Does that put him in a title conversation?
No.
Coming off the back of the loss to Whittaker, it definitely would have moved him up.
But does it put him in a title conversation where even if for backup purposes,
not if Whittaker beat him? I think it would do after the line. So Whittaker would obviously take precedent because he had just beaten him, even if he beat Strickland.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying still. Because for me, I'm just thinking a win over Costa, if Costa pulled it off against Strickland, at least would, like you said, it'll move him up the table. And you never know, moving you up the table. Look at Urseg, you know what I mean? He got in there at 10th place. So you just never know. But having that win over former champion or somebody that's been in there for a title, I think always kind of moves the needle a little bit in terms of at least getting you that matchup. That's just what.
Well, like I said a second ago, if he beat him and it moved him up, would that have lined up Brendan Allen and Costa?
Yeah.
To then look at fighting the number one contender after that, or however it
especially with the win streak that Brendan Allen has had as well, coming up to that match. So I think it definitely. Even now, I don't think that's out of the question. I think he's a very, very good candidate to be seeing one of those. But I think he maybe needs one more fight, Brendan Allen. One more fight against somebody in top 5, and we should be talking about title contendership. So,
I mean, the only other person will be Imavov, but then you kind of look at how he won his last fight, and it was kind of like, it was a controversial stoppage against Cannonier, who is now for some weird reason going to be fighting Holland. That seemed to come out of fucking left wing.
Yeah, we have to wait to see what happens with that one. That's a crazy matchup in my opinion. I
didn't hear about that one. That was insane.
Yeah, I don't even know how that runs, man. But that's a crazy matchup, man. That's crazy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, anyway, so is Holland going up or is Cannonier going down?
Mate, if Cannonier came down anymore.
Yeah. But Holland fights at 185, don't he? He bounces between both divisions.
Yeah.
As long as the bread's there for Holland, like, you know what I mean?
I want to know what Cannonier's manager was like, how he asked Cannonier. He's like, hey, so do you want to fight like Holland? And I was like, I guess, I don't know.
I think, is it Roman DeLindsay came up? Did he come up from welterweight?
Was he?
He's like, I think so. I think Roman Dolidze's come up from like welterweight, and now he's about to go and be at light heavyweight to face Anthony Smith, and then you've got Cannonier coming down from heavyweight to fucking middleweight. You know what I mean? Like the two of them are just going backwards paths with each other.
Yeah, and Cannonier's fought in heavyweight before as well, isn't it?
Heavyweight, light heavyweight, and then middleweight.
And then middleweight. It's crazy, bro.
Fuck it, bring him down to welterweight. I see welterweight Cannonier.
Fucking no, I don't want to see that brother cutting any more weight. You don't want to see that guy cutting any more weight.
How many fighters can do that? Exactly. How many fighters can actually do that? Because if you look at him now, he just needs to get rid of a little bit of muscle, and he could possibly make welterweight. Who knows?
Well, Habib routinely went from walking around heavyweight to.
I think Rumble Johnson did that as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Rumble Johnson went down a fair way.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, he went down. He fought in all 3 weight classes. 85, 205, and
he got a win in all 3 weight classes as well.
Yes, it's crazy. That's wild. People, big up to everybody that's watching. Who?
He's asking Dolidze fought at light heavyweight. I'm saying he's about to because he's going up against Anthony Smith. Literally this weekend.
303. Yeah, man, for real. 303. Yeah, man. People, salute to everybody that's watching us live. Big up yourself. Everybody that's watching us on live, make sure you're hitting that like button for us and jumping on all the brothers' platform on YouTube, the Rambling That Podcast, Head Kick Podcast. Kick him in the head. Make sure you're jumping over there, showing them some love. Come into the chat, engage with us, and share the video as well. So
seriously, jump over to YouTube because all the links and everything are in the chat. And if you're on YouTube watching us, you support us way more than if you're watching it on it. It's substantial. 100%. It really makes a difference for us. Drop a comment in the comment section on the YouTube.
Just before he bounces. Hey, yo, Osterberries, what's happening, my guy? Thanks for tuning in whilst you're in work. Just before you go back to work, brother, because I know you're skiving like shit. Get your ass back to fucking work, bro. You got like 12 kids to feed. Give me a big fuck Leroy in the chat before you disappear.
I was wondering. I just checked. I was wondering where it was.
Yeah, man. Boy, don't leave it to Osterberries alone, man. Everybody in the chat, man.